If you are in your personal year cycle 7, this video is for you, because whatever I say, globally speaking, this information is going to also influencing you or affecting you, so you can organize or plan ahead, just overall to help you out, and so you can plan accordingly, because you are very aligned and connected with the numbers, with the globally numbers, I should say. Again, if you're in your so after that said, March, it was being ruled by the number 1. The number 1 represents beginnings, a fresh start, to plant the seeds. March, it was when everything's starting to move forward. A lot of changes start to happen, and this is as a collective and personally as well. Everything started to speed up. Perhaps some of you received some unexpected changes, leading you to those new beginnings. March, it was more connected with the mind. What I'm trying to say is that we were more focus on the thinking, on creating ideas, or what is the next step that I want to do to move forward, etc. So the number 1, it was really taking us to connect with our logic, to connect with ourselves, because the number 1 represents one person. It invited us to connect with our courage, so we can move forward, or to just conquer any dreams or any goals that we wanted to manifest. Now, as we enter to the month of April, the number that is going to be ruling April is the number 11. The number 11 in numerology is a master number. Overall, within the base number of that 11 is the number 2. When you add 1 plus 1 equals 2. The master number is going to invite us for the month of April to create something unique, and perhaps to make an impact, like globally, or to leave it here in this life, on earth, but not just us. It's more us to come together, perhaps globally or as a team, to create something unique and for the benefit of all, for to help us to succeed. As I mentioned a little bit in the beginning, the 11 master number being ruled on April is going to invite us to partner with other people to create something unique, to inspire others, or to lead others. When I say it's an emotional number, it's just going to really invite us to connect more with the emotions, compared to March, that we were more connected with the logic. Well, now on April, we're really going to connect more with our emotions, with our values, with the value of that other person, with the value of others. Okay, so this is a numerology chart. As you can see here, where is highlighted in red is for the month of April. We left the number 8, 9, and March 1, as I spoke in the beginning of the video, a little bit about March. But now, jumping to April, this is something visual for you guys, so you have an idea about what I'm saying, regarding now for the month of April. So the 11 master number, it represents the illuminator. So something can come up for us globally or personally, that something is gonna come into the light, something like some kind of enlightenment, I want to say, an understanding. We're going to receive some kind of clarity, something that it was hitting, I want to say, too, as well, because that's what it means, illumination. Now, but also, by me mentioning illumination or being illuminated, it's maybe that we can help others or we can guide others, like mentor other people to succeed. Because the 11 master number is here to encourage us to come together as a community, to help each other, to empower ourselves, but we must need to work as a team. Now, on March, it was more about connecting about yourself, about you. What is that you wanted? What is that you wanted to manifest or create? But now, as the now that we enter April, is now coming together. So anything even that you created on March, now this is the month to reach out to the experts or to other people to work as a team to help you to move forward to anything that you created on March, let's say. So I want you to see the 11 master number, that is a time to work behind the scenes. Now on March you created, and now I need to really bring all the tools or all the ideas that I gather, and now to mix all that, and what is it I can now bring out there and offer, to the world. The example that comes actually into my mind is like, let's say in April, you just had an idea that you just want to create a new recipe. So you went to the store and you put everything together. You bought all the items, the vegetables or whatever you wanted to create. So now for the month of April, this is the time that you need now to cook. You cut all the items that you bought. Now you put it on the pot so it can start to cook, or in the oven, whatever it is. So now it's about working behind the scenes and to play the waiting game. So because on eventually on May, it's going to be about expansion, so now you can actually share about everything that you created and that you work on it, but I will talk about that eventually when we enter on May. So do you see what I'm trying to say? So it's very favorable month to have some kind of negotiations. Let's say that you want to buy a home, or like I was saying, that you want to open your own business, or you just want to apply for a new job, or to go and get a higher position, or etc., whatever it is, even in a love relationship, or that you want to buy a pet, it's very favorable actually to buy a pet, but maybe your partner doesn't want actually a pet, but maybe you guys can negotiate, what I'm saying, for the benefit of both, let's say. It also represents values. The 11 master number is going to lead us to connect with the value about ourselves and about others. This means that we need to learn to integrate other people in our lives, to give the opportunity to other people to come into our lives, but to understand that they value the same way that we value as well. But you need to understand that also you need to understand that you matter, that you value, that you need to defend your values, so if whatever you want to share or whatever you want to put yourself out there, that's something that you've been thinking, or something that you've been that has been bothering you, let's say, it's a great time to actually share and respect yourself, that you matter and that you value as well, but overall, the month of April is really going to lead us to to tap into our emotions, to connect with your emotions, to understand the value of ourselves and as well of others. That's why I said at the beginning that it's the month of collaborating with others to come together as a team so we can help each other succeed. No one is better than the other one. So now keep in mind that for the month of April, things might fluctuate. This is a month to really be patient. Maybe it will feel a little bit slower compared to March, okay? Because again, as I said, it's more about working behind the scenes, so it might feel a little bit slower. Overall, if I want to put it out there, Mercury is gonna go retrograde on this month of April. So it's going to begin like around the 20th or 21st of April. Overall, that eventually is gonna start to go in on the pre-shadow and all that stuff. But the officially, like, the strong, I want to say, that influence about that Mercury retrograde is going to be around the 20th and the 21st. If you don't know what this means or you don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. I don't want to confuse you. This is astrology speaking, but whoever understands what I'm saying, you know what I mean, but anyway, putting that aside, so I don't want to confuse you, just focusing overall on numerology, but everything gets linked, everything is connected. Anyway, so furthermore, before I forget, is very favorable this month, even actually to team up with your doctor. Let's say that you want to do some kind of personal surgery, or if it's something that you need to go through, it's very favorable, so keep that in mind. Any surgeries or any health procedures that you want to do, I really recommend to do so, but it's video. But anyway, talking about the 11, as you can see, for the first week that we are in it, but it began on April 1st, which I believe it was Saturday. So from Saturday until Friday, from the day 1 to the 7, the 11 master number is going to be strong for us. Overall, it's going to be for the whole month, but this is going to be the great time for us to put everything together, to contact the experts of anything, or to apply for a job, or to come at some kind of negotiation, and to work as a team, and etc. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to start to happen regarding that situation, about our values, about to go to the doctor, or what is the situation, or what is that we can do so we can work for the benefit of both. So, but now jumping for the second week of April, we are going to be, hold on, pause there. Let me go back for the first week. Something came up that I needed to share. This is a great time to communicate, okay? I just want you to know that. Communicate, of course, in a healthy manner. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying to go and communicate and then start a drama or something like that. But this energy of the 11 master number, especially for the first week, is great for communication. And this is where it's going to actually push you that it's time to communicate. It's time to put yourself out there. It's time to value yourself, respect yourself, and what is it that you want to share, to make yourself heard, So just keep that in mind. I wanted to mention that before I forget. Now, okay, so jumping to the second week of April, the number that is going to be ruling us is the number 9. You probably maybe have an idea what it means, the 9. If not, of course, I will mention to you, but no matter what, if the numbers repeat, the influence is going to be different, because there's other numbers that is going to be involved within. Anyway, so for the second week of April, it represents the number nine. The nine, it represents endings and completions. So anything that you even been working on March, let's say, but really focusing on the first week of April, something that you need to focus on completing, maybe signing some kind of contracts, let's say that you got a job, you went to an interview or you got hired, or you might still go to the interview for the second week of April, and they offer you the job, and that's when you can get all the paperwork, or if not, it can be probably a more potential to that to happen for the third week. But just focusing on the second week, the nine represents completions, forgiveness, letting go of the past, completing unfinished business. It's a time of perseverance, continue what you're doing. Perhaps you might feel like pessimist or pity, like why this happened to me, because you might need to let go of something so you can move forward with something new. Let's say that you got a new job, but you're going to have to leave something behind, or like a routine or whatever the situation, and that's when you're going to have to let go, so you can move forward about this just new chapter in your life. The bottom of the numbers, I forgot to mention, it represents our challenges. And the top numbers, it represents our goals. So that's why I'm focusing on the nine, but the four represents about focusing too much on the wrong. So we might feel that focusing on the wrong, but I want you, or I invite you to focus on the positive side of this number four, which represents persevere, commit. It's about hard work. Continue to do what you're doing. Finish the job that you are doing. To not give up, and to let go of old patterns, of old ways. And this number nine is going to be influencing us from the day 8 of April until the 14th. So now jumping until the third week of March, from the 15th on the 22nd, the number 2, as you can see here, the 11 is the base number, of the 11 is the 2. So now the difference about this 2 is, on the first week, that's when it comes to creating something unique, working behind the scenes to come together as a team, and perhaps on the third week, is going to really invite us that, like, okay, it's time to sign that contract, to negotiate how much money that you would like to get paid, or how much money they will offer you, what I'm saying, to join the team or to join their business. So to come into understanding about, to be in between, perhaps, about, like, for the benefit of both, perhaps not the quantity that you would like to earn, but not the quantity they're offering you. What if we can have to negotiate and have an understanding to perhaps to be in the middle, what I'm saying, like to be between, so the benefit of both, let's say. So that's just what it jumped into my mind. Or just the number 2 also will invite us to, this is a great time to partner with other people, something maybe perhaps with your parents. The number 2 represents harmony. Maybe it's going to be a time of forgiveness, of balance, and everything more. It's going to feel perhaps everything more a little bit aligned and in harmony, or perhaps it's going to invite us that we need to find balance in our lives, and because the third week of April is really going to push us to connect with our independency, to let go of that codependency, to not depend on others. Yes, to depend on others to receive some kind of help, but not in a way of codependency. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's time for you to get that new job and to not depend on your partner, or maybe it's time to do different ways for you to be happier, you know what I'm saying, and to not depend on others, you know what I'm saying, to be happy. It's really going to push us to connect with our individuality. It could be new beginnings that it can jump there and surprise us too as well, so you know, on the third week. Now, lastly, on the last week of April, is going to be ruling us with the number 6. The number 6 represents about detachment. It could be increase of responsibilities, you know, that we can actually, it can show up. It's about learning something new, to do some kind of research. Again, by the end of April in the last week, we're going to be really in the middle of Mercury retrograde. It actually it begins on the 20th or the 21st. So you keep that in mind, okay? So because in the last week is really, we're going to be in it, you know? So it's about really to detach about something, to do like a live review, to do some kind of research of anything that happened on the 3 weeks of April. Let's say do some research or review what is the things that I might need to change, and detach from things that are not working for me anymore, you know, to be open to learn something new. This 6 represents self-love. It represents family. It could be maybe a little bit increase of responsibility, something that it can come from the past that it can show up once again with you, that it needs to pay attention, and maybe you need to review it so you can make some adjustments, you know, and complete that, you know, phase on your life or whatever it might be. The 6 represents also children, your family. It represents, I think I mentioned it about self-love. It's a time of healing. It can be a slower week, you know, so you keep it in mind. Take advantage actually to rest, to recharge, to comfort yourself, to do things that makes you happy, to do things that grounds you, to go back to the gym, to work out, or that you miss some classes, you know, just go back, you know. So it's a time to really rest and recharge, you know. Some things with children can come up if you have children, you know, or it can be your parents, you know, just increase of responsibilities, or it can be a situation with your pets, so you know. But yeah, so that's what I feel the most strongly. And again, Mercury retrograde will be in right now in that situation, you know. So remember, do not really make big decisions, you know. And for me, it's actually great, because after you went through this 3 weeks that you've been busy, and the changes and collaboration and etc., you know what I'm saying, now it's time to step back and recharge, and analyze of everything that I went through, or this new phase of my life, and I need to now let go, to wrap things up, detach, and I need to recharge, and just to go through some last minute paperwork, or etc., whatever is the case, you know, or just to prepare to talk with your children or your partner of any these new changes that I can come up, so you can get organized and etc., you know. That's just some examples that how it can actually show up on you. Okay, stay tuned. I wish you a wonderful month of April. Again, don't forget to subscribe and share, and comment below. I want to hear about you guys, if you understand, if you like also my way, or any questions that you have, please